Hi, my name is Kelsey Peoples. I'm 14 years old and I won a South Florida Student Eco Hero competition. I'm leaving for Peru tonight, so I have no idea what I'm going to see, but it's going to be the experience of a lifetime.
Hi, I'm Christy Kruger, and welcome to Machu Picchu, one of the new 7 wonders of the world. And it's really no wonder, just look at this amazing view behind me. We are right now 7,000 feet above sea level, nestled high in the beautiful Andes Mountains. This mysterious and awe-inspiring place is one of the last standing symbols of the Inca Empire. We traveled by plane, train, and even a motorized canoe. We have hiked through the mud and climbed up mountains. But to understand why we came on this adventure, we have to go back to South Florida and meet one amazing Miami middle school student who's proving one person can make a difference. And that's why she came along on our journey to the Lost City.
Okay. Sweater, are we taking this?
14-year-old Kelsey Peoples is packing for the trip of a lifetime.
I think it's going to be really cool to experience like the vast difference in culture and also like in the environment too.
Let's not forget your sunscreen and lip balm.
It's no easy task. The high school freshman needs to dress for the heat of the tropical Amazon and the chill of the sky-high Andes Mountains. You're the winner!
Hi, Kelsey.
This spring, Local 10 viewers voted Kelsey our South Florida Eco Hero.
There you go, Kelsey. Is that good?
A project dreamed up and spearheaded by Zoo Miami's ambassador, Ron Miguel.
For me, it sounds so cliche-ish, but they say kids are our future, and they really are. They're going to be the ones making the decision on to whether this is going to exist or whether it's not going to exist.
It was Kelsey's work to save exotic animals and her award-winning science fair project on global warming that earned her the Eco Hero title.
The permits have been approved, so we're good to go.
The prize, an environmentally friendly trip to Peru to learn about people some call the first true eco heroes, the Incas, and their masterful lost city of Machu Picchu.
There's something beyond who we are and where we are. Over the shoulder. Yeah.
The goal here is to get a young student out here and hopefully plant the seed that student goes back and becomes an ambassador for all of this.
I hope that I find a ton of interesting things in Peru, which I will, to bring back to people so they could be like, wow, that's really cool, to expand their minds.
Kelsey Peoples, our eco hero. There you go.
Yay.
And so, after months of planning, our team is off for a real-life lesson in preservation. To experience the mysteries of the rainforest near Puerto Maldonado, to learn about the ancient Incan Empire in Cusco, and see the breathtaking beauty of Machu Picchu. 15 hours and we're finally here.
Yeah, and it's nice, beautiful weather.
Yeah.
You notice when we were about to land though how we kicked it up and had to go up and we took a couple of circles?
Uh-huh.
I found out there's some wild peccaries all over the runway, so they had to clear the animals off the runway.
Those are little hogs.
Kind of thing you don't see at MIA.
No, thank goodness.
No.
Amazon limousine.
From the airport, we took a bumpy bus ride through Puerto Maldonado.
So, what do you think?
It's definitely been interesting.
It's time to board our most unique form of transportation yet.
This river is the Madre de Dios River, which comes from Cusco, from the Andes.
That's right. We're boarding a motorized canoe. We make ourselves comfortable and and take in the beautiful evening ride. Making our way down the river deep into the jungle. A bell greets us at the shoreline as our long day turns into night.
Buenas noches, good evening, sir.
This will be our rainforest home for the next 2 days. We're off the water and we're off to the big house.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be great.
When we come back,
Oh my gosh.
from colorful birds that look like dinosaurs to playful families of monkeys, you never know what you'll find right outside your door in the rainforest. Our journey to the lost city of Peru brings us here first. To the Amazon rainforest, one of the last true frontiers on Earth. Untouched, pristine, and surprising.
People think of a rainforest and you think of this sweltering heat and overwhelming rain and, just really unpleasant weather for a human existence. And quite frankly, it's so much more pleasant here in July than it is in Miami.
Also surprisingly pleasant, our jungle home. This lodge, tucked away in the rainforest, is owned by the ecotourism company Inca Terra, the host of our adventure. 60% of Peru is jungle, and much of that is water. The muddy Madre de Dios River is our highway taking us deep into the jungle.
It's one thing to see it on TV, but when you're actually in it and it's surrounding you, it's just like, it's breathtaking.
We're off to a national preserve. Not sure what we're going to see in here, but we're game for anything. Right, Kelsey?
Absolutely.
Okay, here we go.
We walk in the jungle is very important in case if you want to grab something or touch something, remember there could be living there or something underneath.
A 3-mile hike into the Tambopata National Park is where Kelsey's hands-on science lesson begins.
So here we are at one of the massive trees in the rainforest. And one of the things that immediately stands out are these huge buttress roots. You don't really see roots like this in many other places in the world. Look at these rainforests. They're called the lungs of the planet. More oxygen is generated in these rainforests than any other single place on Earth.
Wow, this is a termite mound up close with bees, but bees that don't sting. My favorite kind.
It's one of the strongest webs in the forest.
It's incredible.
We started with a hike there. It wasn't like just any normal forest. It was like extremely dense except for the path that we were on.
Okay, then
Oh my goodness.
everywhere around me I hear the sounds of just gorgeous birds. In fact, our guide tells us there are 1,800 different species of birds here in Peru, second only to Colombia. By far the coolest bird in the Amazon, the Huatzin, who looks like he just flew out of Jurassic Park.
To have a place in the Amazon that is protected for its natural integrity is so important. It provides Kelsey really various windows to this world that we know are going to still be there. And you'll see these monkeys take the leaves, and they take the leaves and they wipe their face like this, and it's their own off in the forest, but nature's off.
How much? I would like that quite a lot right
Well,
now,
let me tell you something.
actually.
In the rainforest, even the tiniest creatures are fun to watch. I am just fascinated by the number and the strength of these leafcutter ants. And Ron tells me that if I weighed all the ants in the world, they'd weigh more than all the people in the world. That's just crazy. Above the industrious leafcutter ants,
Oh my gosh.
it's lunchtime for some adorable capuchin monkeys.
To actually see what they do on a daily basis, like right in front of my eyes, I thought that was really interesting.
Are you ready?
When you climb up to this canopy walk and you get to the top of the tower and you look across for as far as the eye can see, and it looks like a carpet of green.
The canopy walk is breathtaking, but not for the faint of heart. Bouncing a little more than I wanted to right now, actually. The 7 hanging bridges sway high over 90 feet in the air. A little scared?
In the back of my mind, yeah, a little. This is super exciting just to see what we saw earlier on the ground, but from above, because it actually looks a lot different. All right.
Okay, so here's a really fun fact. The Amazon rainforest makes up 5% of our world's land mass. But this place is home to 50% of all species, plants and animals. This is the magnificent Lake Sandoval, home to the elusive black caiman, who gave us the eye. Bats and birds looking for shade, turtles catching a few rays, and the bright red howler monkey.
Remember this morning when you woke up, you heard that sound? Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Those are the howler monkeys. They do that usually in the morning and then late in the afternoon.
What an amazing adventure. As the sun sets in the Amazon, new creatures come out to play. We all really enjoyed being out in the jungle during the day, but at night, boy, that's a whole different experience. Let me just say this, I am not a spider person.
Picking it up.
Too bad for me, because spiders and their amazingly intricate webs are everywhere. What you usually don't see is this guy. So the coolest thing, we just saw this Bushmaster snake, but I don't know what that is.
First of all,
but
it's pretty rare to see,
Yeah?
number one. But second of all, it is the deadliest snake of the Amazon.
One of the most terrifying moments of this trip, in my opinion.
An exciting end to the perfect day. Next, a stop in Cusco, the capital city of the ancient Inca Empire. And then, the most magical place I've ever seen, the Lost City. Welcome to the city of Cusco. In the 15th century, this charming city was the capital of the Inca Empire.
1, 2, 3.
Today, it's a place to make new friends and discover old traditions. Sitting an astounding 11,000 feet above sea level, high in the Andes Mountains, travelers can quickly find themselves short of breath as they walk around the main square known as Huayquipata, which means Warrior Square. It's called the archaeological capital of the Americas because under our feet right now, we don't know, but there could be lots of gold and silver right under our feet.
That is so cool.
Really cool. Many Inca artifacts have already been found under these old stone streets and ancient buildings. That's because in 1533, Spanish conquistadors invaded Cusco and leveled the city, burying people and possessions in the rubble. A new Spanish city was built on top of the old one. Here, an Inca palace serves as the foundation for an ornate Catholic cathedral in the town square. For travelers like us, Cusco is usually the true gateway to the magical Machu Picchu, but a mudslide changed our plans. And we had to drive 2 hours north to catch a train. It is this train that will take us on the next leg of our journey. We're on our way.
Nuestro viaje tendrá una duración aproximada de 1 hora y 40 minutos.
Through beautiful Peruvian countryside where potatoes are a main crop. A train whose tracks seem dangerously close to the edge of this raging river, weaving its way through the majestic Andes Mountains and into the cloud forest, home to the lost city of Peru.
In a few moments we are going to arrive to Machu Picchu train station.
Coming up, that's it.
Oh my gosh.
It's our final destination.
It almost doesn't even look real.
After a few hours of sleep, well, maybe an hour, but we're on the move again. But bundle up, the cloud forest is about 30 degrees cooler than yesterday's rainforest. Despite the early hour, we're not alone. The magnetism of Machu Picchu attracts people from around the globe. All right, so it's 5:30 in the morning now, and we're up and at 'em, ready to get on the bus and head to Machu Picchu. It's about a 10-minute drive?
No, it's gonna be half an hour.
Oh, half-hour drive. Our guide to the ruins is Braulio from the ecotourism company Inca Terra. The bus ride up the mountain is a nail-biter. Look at all these people hiking. With hairpin turns, perilously close to the edge. And believe me, it's a long way down. Our eco-hero Kelsey, well, she enjoys the roller coaster ride. Get in the line.
Oh dear.
As the sun begins to rise, we begin to climb.
Isn't that awesome?
Oh my goodness.
First and the main thing that I have to tell to everybody is to maintain to the mountainside when we're walking here, please. So it's more or less 1,000 feet down here to the river.
Our 10-minute hike was up a steep and rocky path. It's hard to believe the Incas even found this remote mountain ridge, much less built a city on top of it.
Oh, here it is.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
There it is. Unbelievable.
How amazing.
This is it.
Remember that line I told you? Life isn't measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. That's one of them.
That's it.
Oh my gosh.
This is Machu Picchu. It means Old Mountain in the Quechua Indian language. I can show you the breathtaking beauty of this place, but what I can't describe is the powerful energy you feel as you look out at the ruins.
It has a level of magic in it. It's like if you look behind me, you see all the mountains. It almost doesn't even look real.
Look at the architecture here. Look how it was built. There are architects with PhDs, engineers with PhDs that cannot figure out how these people did this.
It was done with massive stones, but no tools and no cement. It is a mysterious engineering marvel.
So amazing.
It's the main gates right here.
For us, we consider each rock it's a monument because they have to crack it, shape it, and using only some rocks as a hammer.
The site contains more than 12 acres of grassy terraces, gardens, homes, temples, and beautiful shrines, as well as very steep staircases, stone ones like this one that I'm walking on, which is why I've learned if you come here, you need to pack light and be prepared to walk. The story of Machu Picchu is this. After working for 100 years on what is believed to have been a retreat for the Inca nobility, the people suddenly drop everything and leave, their city not yet complete. Historians believe they thought the Spanish conquistadors were on their way, but the Spanish never found it. Machu Picchu is called the Lost City because it was virtually swallowed up by the jungle. That is until American scientist Hiram Bingham rediscovered it in 1911. When all the vegetation was cleared, the magnificent ruins were underneath. The city consists of more than 150 buildings, 600 terraces, thousands of steps, and 16 fountains.
So the windows that we were talking, one is on this side and one is on the other side.
On one side, small homes for the Inca workers, now home to a family of llamas. Say hello to your new friend.
Oh my gosh.
Across the grassy field, archaeologists believe homes for the nobility, along with temples and shrines, were under construction.
We are now next to one of the most famous places in Machu Picchu called the Sun Temple.
Carefully crafted temples were built to worship the sun and stars. Everywhere you look here in Machu Picchu, you see this amazing precision craftsmanship, stone on stone, where sometimes a credit card doesn't even fit through the cracks. It's such a testament to the masterful skills of the Incas who built this place more than 500 years ago.
At one point, I didn't even know stuff like this existed. And just to come out here and see it, it's the most amazing thing I could ever possibly imagine.
The secret to that preservation, these terraces.
Those terraces are not really for farming. Those terraces were for prevent erosions.
Keeping this city from slipping down the mountain. Ron calls the Incas some of the first true eco-heroes.
You know, these are people who learned to live with nature, as many of the indigenous people do. That's why, you know, people look at me and say, well, Rana, you're an animal guy, you're a nature guy. Why are you going to Machu Picchu? Because we're all connected.
A lesson and a vision Ron hopes KELSEY takes home.
I think she did, and I think she'll get out of it even more as time goes on. So if we can just try to change one student at a time, sooner or later you get a movement going.
Definitely, I'm going to take away, conserve what you still have, save it for the future.
You can go through life just breathing. And you can have moments where you step through that stone corridor and you look out here and you go, ah! And you stop breathing just for a second because it takes your breath away. It's those moments that will define your life.
There's an old Indian saying that goes like this: we protect what we love love what we understand, and we understand what we're taught. And that was the goal here, to really learn why it's so important to preserve places like those we've seen here in Peru. We hope you enjoyed coming along on our journey to the Lost City, and perhaps you learned a thing or two along the way. I'm Christy Kruger. Thanks for watching.
Hey guys, I'm in Lima, Peru, heading home from the adventure of a lifetime. I'm exhausted, but it was a really great experience. I'll see you guys back in South Florida. I'm KELSEY Peoples, your South Florida Student Eco Hero, signing off.